This week, we wanted to treat you a little bit, so you get to enjoy the sounds of Jim beatboxing while I do the intro.
No.
Are you sure?
I am positive that is not going to happen ever. Ever.
Well, this is a fun movie.
Yes. It's also the first run.
Yeah.
Into the new year.
Yeah. So it's 2022 now.
Yeah.
While you listen to this,
Yep.
not as we recorded, but shh. Fun fact about this film. Originally, Lily did not want to watch it with us.
That is true.
And then later, I kind of made her watch it. Oh,
that was loud.
I dinged. And she enjoyed it very much.
She did.
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah. This is a really fun one. Mm-hmm. And yet another, on the list. Hasn't been around for a long time to be a long time on the list.
Right.
But since we found out about it, we've been just waiting.
This is true. And finally, the opportunity came along, and now we get to talk about it and share it with you. And there's a lot of fun lessons.
Yes, there are.
We have covered a film by the same director before on the podcast.
Yep, that comes up. I'm not going to get into it.
We're never going to agree on that film.
No.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We're individual people. Why are you just staring at me?
Are we?
Wow. Anyway, welcome to the new year. We think this is a fun one to kick off. Yeah. Maybe we should just get to it and let the fun begin.
All right. Beatbox us out.
No. Hey, B-Siders. Welcome to another episode of Bravo for the B-Side. This is Jim.
And this is Danny.
Uh-huh.
I make you laugh all the time.
You do.
I don't consider that a loss.
Okay. Welcome to our first episode of the new year.
Yes.
This will be what? The first, second, third? Comes out on the 3rd of January.
Something like that.
So, happy belated new year.
Yes.
3 days in. Hope you're doing something. Some trajectory.
Your holidays were nice and all that jazz. And
for most people, school
has resumed.
Yes.
Yes.
The sending of the children back to the farm.
I guess.
It's kind of what it is, really. It's just sort of a corral, the way things have been going lately.
That's true.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, there it is.
For us, this is the week leading up to Christmas. And so we have not experienced the holiday joy of that week just yet.
Yeah, no holidays yet. So, yeah, because as everyone knows, we do this 2 weeks ahead of time. So, yeah, we're still creeping up on the first of this double-decker back-to-back holiday season. And we just don't know yet.
As we cautiously tiptoe into 2022, hoping to not get backhanded like we did
in 2020 and 2021.
The last couple of years.
Well, yeah, we're going to hope that this takes off in a decidedly better direction and keeps that heading.
Look at how cute we are, all optimistic.
I know.
Oh,
that's what we do.
We'll listen back and be like, what fools.
I know. So optimistic, in fact, that we have begun the PS5 hunt.
Yeah. It is consuming a lot of my waking hours this month.
It's such a stupid thing.
I know.
And we're not like, game. I don't even know what the term is. Like video heads, game
gamers.
heads. We like to play games once in a while, and there's a few out there that are worthy. The rest is just like it's a landscape of mediocrity.
We're highly selective casual gamers.
Yes. Really don't care if we get a PS5, but it's the first time that if we did get a new console, we can still use our old games.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about over D&D, how when we went from PS3 to PS4, we got rid of 24 games, and that's just heartbreaking.
It is.
You know, and the reason we didn't keep them is because the PS3 was the second one that we had, and it too was taking a crap. And I was done buying refurbished PS3s.
Yeah.
You know, no game is worth that. No collection of games is worth that.
And we had our last D&D game of the year.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Man. It was a good game, though.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, we had a lot of fun with that.
I had fun.
It's a lot of things going on.
Yes.
And we got some stuff done. And now we're standing at the edge of yet another fucking catastrophic chapter. But we're shelving that because when we resume, we'll be picking up my campaign.
Yeah, with my favorite barbarian.
I know. This will be it's gonna be an interesting first time back. I have to keep you guys reined in.
What?
Yeah. Got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that one. Oh man. Not a lot going on news wise. Usually this time.
What did you do over there?
I didn't do anything over here.
You knocked something over.
I clearly didn't. It came from your side.
That's a lie.
I'm pretty sure.
It was your side.
Anyway, this time of year, there's usually not a lot of things going on in entertainment. You know, everything's on hiatus. This is not a pilot season. It's not, stuff's just not happening. So haven't heard a lot. Lot of chitter chatter about the new Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's kind of up, kind of down. Getting a lot of mixed reviews. We will be seeing it when it comes to television.
Yes.
One of the services. We have no intention of heading out.
No, not at this time.
No. Let's see.
We went to see Christmas lights.
We did. I was going to say we did get out and do a holiday, wintry, seasonal, Christmassy thing.
Yes.
The local zoo has a beautiful light show.
Yep, every year.
Mm-hmm. And so we went to that and roamed around, and you and Midge had some hot chocolate.
Yes.
And we looked at all the pretty lights, and of course all the animals were tucked away.
At night, yes.
Yeah, this is just for people roaming and stuff, and it was fun. Zoo's a different place at night.
It is. We've been to that zoo so many times. I know it like the back of my hand.
Right.
But at night, I was like, I don't know. And they had some areas blocked off as well for the lights. So that made the paths sort of confusing as well.
A little bit, yeah.
And we're like, where? Oh, did we? Oh, okay. Here we are. But that's okay.
Well, the zoo we're talking about is Henry Vilas Zoo, Madison, Wisconsin. And it is one of the few remaining free zoos.
Yeah.
It is not huge. It is not San Diego Zoo. It is not the Milwaukee Zoo. No, it's not the Chicago Zoo. It's not it, but it's a nice little, I grew up with it.
So did I.
Many people did, and it's just one of those cool things. You could hop on a bus, go downtown, hop off, head to the zoo.
Yeah.
Didn't need money, unless you wanted, one of the plastic gorillas, lions, or what was the other one that they gave? Did they do giraffes?
They did.
I think they did for a while, and those always came out weird. You had like a 1 in 10 chance
of getting those weird plastic machines.
I know. Be careful, it's hot, and every kid reach in there. Oh!
If you were quick, though, you could remold the animal a little bit, which was always kind of interesting.
Yeah, you had to. Are you going to change it out for some blisters? And
yeah,
just going to take what you get. But anyway, it's a wonderful zoo. It survives solely on its concession sales, gift shop, and donations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing about zoos, should we have them and stuff? But the wonderful thing about Henry Vilas Zoo is a lot of the UW veterinary students in the veterinary program have this marvelous opportunity to really, bam, jump up their studies. They have access to animals that you wouldn't normally have access to.
Yeah.
Not to mention, being Wisconsin, there's a plethora of regular farm life.
This is true. And our veterinary program is, I think, one of the best in the country.
It is extremely top rated.
Yeah.
A lot of people come here for that and then take that education back to, where they're familiar, which, is kind of cool. So also, we watched a fun movie. And we're going to talk about it.
Oh, this movie. Okay. I thought you were talking about another movie that we watched, and I was like, I don't know about that.
We've watched our usual barrage of stinkers, watched some great riff tracks with some truly phenomenally bad films.
Good Lord.
That's what it's all about. We haven't really dove into anything. Like Tyler had asked if we'd been watching Hawkeye. We haven't got to that yet. We're still trying to pound our way through Foundation. There's a couple with Jenna Coleman, the one that we started, Cry.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll continue with that though, but
I don't know. I might want to give one more episode a shot, see if it starts to tidy up a bit, because it's Jenna Coleman,
right?
So
I have been so during the day while I'm doing my day job, I have stuff on in the background, and I've been blowing through a lot of true crime documentaries lately, and also holiday rom-coms.
Yep.
And just holiday movies in general, because I've been very aggressively pursuing this Christmas magic that I'm in search of. So,
well, today, Tucked Away White Christmas.
Yes.
Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye.
Oh, it's lovely.
I know. I love watching the dancing. Those two guys.
It's well done. It's really well done. And it, we watched it on Netflix. It has been really well, digitally. I don't know if it was remastered, but digitally, what's the word I'm looking for? Converted? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, no, it was not remastered. It's not 4K. Anytime it says remastered, you can expect 4K level.
Sure.
They cleaned it up. It's nice and clean looking. And it doesn't look digitized.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like the first press of the film, like you would have seen in the theaters. Yeah. Nice and crisp and clean.
Well done.
Yeah, no pops, no jitters and stuff.
Lily and I continued watching it while you were grocery shopping. Or no, it ended right before it. You were taking a shower, I think. And she turned to me and she was like, is this a period piece? Or was this actually done in the time that it is portraying? And I was it is not a period piece. This was a contemporary film when it came out.
Yep.
But it's that well done that she was like, is this?
It is so funny seeing her try to wrestle with what is going on in front of her. Is this, she's 12. She doesn't fully comprehend 1920s, 30s, 40s movies, 50s, and how they looked and were done as compared to today. And because today there are a lot of people who do these period pieces and retro,
right,
which is great. But yeah, it could be confusing, she's still trying to process the whole telephone thing.
Yeah.
What's this telephone? What? And then, hey, there's still people who use those phones. What? Surely you jest.
It was like on Parks and Rec. Ew, it has buttons. Ew. Anyway.
Yep.
We watched a movie.
We did. We finally got around to this bad boy. has been long on the list. But again, it was one of those things where our
availability,
well, its availability and then our availability, it would pop up and then would go away, pop up, go away. It would be for rental. And it's that kind of thing where it's like, depending where it's on rental from, do I really want to give that organization any money?
Right.
It's coming down to that sort of like corporate boycotting almost of some of these services, and that it's like, oh, well, I want the creators to get some cash, but I don't want the service.
Well, they're not going to get any with this service, right? Or at least not a lot.
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, why don't you tell us what we're going to talk about?
Okay. So, the movie that we watched this week is called PG, Psycho Goreman. It was made in 2020, written and directed by Steven Kostanski, starring Nita, Jose Hannah, Owen Meyer, and Matthew Nienaber?
I was thinking Nienaber.
Sure. Not rated. I mean, this is it's an indie film, so.
Right.
The budget, so this is a Canadian film. So the budget was 850,000 Canadian, which equates to about 670,000 US dollars.
Right.
Here is the plot. Are you ready? Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. This is an audio podcast. They can't hear you nodding at me.
Well, don't ask me questions when I'm in the middle of a yawn after taking a sip of coffee. Because that's all you're going to get.
Okay. After unearthing a gem that controls an evil monster looking to destroy the universe, a young girl and her brother use it to make him do their bidding. I think that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty spot on. That works. Yeah.
There are a couple of notes that I have here that are from IMDb and other places. But so in the film, Psycho Goreman is the name of the monster. He is from the planet Gygax, which is very likely a reference to one of the creators of Dungeons and Dragons, Gary Gygax.
That was my very first impression.
Yes.
When I'll talk about it when it started, and I'm like, homage.
Oh, absolutely. So only about 50,000 Canadian dollars went to creature effects.
Interesting.
There was another big portion of the budget that went to other kinds of effects in this film. There are a lot.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that pretty deep as we go through. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about the effects. But Kostanski, who's the writer-director, has 31 makeup department credits in IMDb. That's kind of where he got started in filmmaking. And then he kind of switched over to directing. But he also has directed some of our previous fan favorites in this house, at least for me. Maybe not for you. But he directed Manborg, which we covered on the show.
We did.
BioCop, which is a short that was kind of tacked on to the end of the credits in Manborg.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. And Leprechaun Returns most recently.
Yeah.
And his resume on IMDb is like mad impressive.
Right.
So I linked it in our notes here. I'm just going to name a couple of things that he has worked on in the makeup department.
Okay.
Star Trek Discovery, the TV series.
Okay.
It, Suicide Squad, Crimson Peak, Clown, ABCs of Death, the Hannibal TV series, the Mortal Instruments movie, Silent Hill, Defiance,
yeah,
Resident Evil, Wrong Turn 4, The Divide. I mean, just like Haunting in Connecticut.
Well, it's kind of cool because it makes me think of Barney Berman.
Yeah. I mean, he's been around, right?
You know, and folks, if you remember, we did an episode on Barney's film Wild Boar. And then we also had Barney on the show. And Barney Berman is an Oscar-winning makeup effects artist for Star Trek movie, Beyond.
Right.
Yeah. And he has worked on so many things. Yes. Right. And you can't be in this business. Let's take Greg Nicotero as well, right? You cannot be in the realm of makeup and effects that long and that close without having some kind of tickle. Like, God, I would love to have my own thing, right? Because you're there with the directors. These people are like face to face with the directors.
Yeah.
Right. Because the director's going to come in and be like, this is good, this is not. You know, your actor shows up on set and he or she doesn't look the way the director had assumed.
Yeah.
Right. It's on you. So there's a lot of communication, a lot of close work, and also with the actors. And you have to know the movie as intimately as the director does, especially with makeup, because you have to be able to plan something that's going to hold up to the scene.
Yes.
Right. It's not like, you know, one brand of makeup that from over the counter is going to do everything for everybody. Right.
This is true.
And then plus you have stunt doubles and stand-ins and stuff that you have to work with. So I think that's very cool that he has this just extensive laundry list of, you know, career credits.
Right.
And ventured out. Now, before we begin, for those of you who remember, we shared a slightly different opinion on Manborg.
Manborg was his first full feature film.
Right.
Kostanski's. But he's done a lot of shorts and stuff. He also did The Void, which came out in 2016.
Right. Now, my issues with Manborg weren't so much about the filmmaking aspect as just the sudden and I don't even know how to describe it. The sudden appearance of plot things and the sudden disappearance of other plot things.
I thought that was funny. And I thought it was intentional, but that's okay.
But at the end, we were so excited the first time seeing it about this BioCop thing because it was a trailer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
We were like, let's watch BioCop now.
You know, oh man, let's go look for BioCop. And then we find out, the trailer for BioCop is the short film.
Right.
Right. And it's that whole thing. People, it's like Gentleman Broncos.
Yeah.
Right. They got the guy who he doesn't make movies. He makes trailers of movies that will never be. But yeah, BioCop was so fun. This trailer was that, we were kind of hoping for a full on deal.
I hope there is one. I do also want to, in the realm of like makeup effects and stuff. So Matthew Nienaber is the person who played PG, right, in this film. And that makeup took so long to apply that he was often the first on set, the last to leave the set. And he spent so much time in costume because of the amount of time that it takes to put all of that on, that the crew like often failed to recognize him without it and would call security.
If he showed up out of costume.
Yeah.
I love it.
So fun stuff.
All right. Well, should we start talking about this film?
I would love to.
Okay. So this opens with a scrolling super and a narration. And my first thought as this was going on was, man, it's been a long time since I've seen this. We've had the scrolling stuff. We've had the narration, voiceovers and stuff, but we've not had this combination. Right. And I don't know. I was like immediately in.
Really? I don't like that kind of stuff because I'm like, I'm trying to read. Why are you talking at me? But.
Well, that's just it. It's they're covering for everybody.
I get it.
What if you can't hear?
Right.
You can't subtitle the scrolly thing. That'd just be silly. So just have it. Anyway, so through this, we get a snapshot of what this evil being of the movie is all about.
Yes.
And then we cut to a girl and a boy playing some game with squishy balls. They're not foam. They're just kind of squishy. Big. They're volleyball size.
They're like kickballs, like small kickballs.
But they were squishy because you could see them like grab them, like squish into them, like not even like Nerf. But anyway, they're doing this in the mud,
yes,
which I thought, here we go. And man, do they mean business?
Oh yeah, it's intense.
They are whipping these things around at each other like to kill. And then suddenly it's night, and they're digging a giant hole in the dark. Well, the boy is.
Yes.
Apparently he lost the game.
Yes.
And the girl is just standing above the edge of the hole, cross-armed, just bossing his ass around. Yep. And then his shovel hits something. And under the dirt, you can see it glowing red, right? And it's some kind of a seal, which looked a little weird because it's like it was the seal part and it just sat there on top of the dirt. The way from the angle, a little bit after the fiddling with it, you can see there's a thing under there.
Yeah.
But it was like literally like someone took this like 10-inch thing and just like sat it on the dirt. That's how it looked at first. I was thinking
with a hot pink glowing gem in the middle of it.
My first thought was, oh no, is this what we're in for? But there's a roar from under the dirt.
Yes.
They climb out of the massive hole. First she's pushing some buttons.
Yeah, she
just
pushes.
Like, tick, 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 and it unlocks, and the kid's going, oh, sweet, first try.
Yeah.
Then there's the roar. They climb out. And then
she takes the gem.
Yeah, she has the gem. And I just call it the stone.
Sure.
Because at first it didn't look like a gem. I just thought it was a glowing stone.
Okay.
I just stuck with it even after I found out it was a gem. So then they end up filling the hole. Like,
yes. Because the earth is moving and it's glowing.
And that cracked me up because that is such a kid thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? These are like 12-year-olds. And it's like, don't recognize the problem. Don't admit the problem. Exactly. Just, well, if we bury it, maybe it'll just go away.
It'll be fine.
Oh my God. So, and then all of a sudden, mom is calling them in for bed. So they're brother and sister. The girl's name is Mimi and the boy is Luke. There's an odd conversation at bedtime as mom and dad are individually tucking them in. Starts with Luke. If monsters are real or not.
Right.
Gotta say, at this point, love dad.
Love dad.
Mom's okay, but dad is just
funny. Dad's very much like us, actually.
he is, but he's also like 3 pages past the epilogue. You just don't know where he's grounding.
Right.
At this point.
Well, it's just because, Luke is our monster's real, and his dad's like, well, if you think about it, people are the real monsters. So the answer is yes. Like, and what your father is trying to say is no, there are no monsters. Later, Mimi's in bed. She's holding the rock, and outside the dirt mound has red light coming from it. Yes. And
Luke thinks they woke up their grandma, believing that she was buried out back.
Their dead grandma. Yes.
So
I do want to say the whole family is, you're probably going to cover this, the knocking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I love this bit. Mimi and Luke knock on their bedroom walls in Morse code to communicate, to keep it quiet.
Uh-huh.
And while it's happening, my initial thought was, God, they're really kind of like, it's like a police knock on those walls. It's not like tap, 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 like bang, 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 bang. And I thought, well, maybe, it's just because for the sound in the movie and stuff. And then we cut to mom. Sits up in her bed, leans over, starts banging in Morse code on her wall.
Yeah. I don't even think it's Morse code. I think it's just like some family secret language.
Oh, I just thought it was Morse code.
Oh.
I don't know, but basically telling us shut up.
Yes.
So outside, we finally get a hand bursting through the dirt. Mm-hmm. An inhuman hand.
Dun, dun, dun. So then we're elsewhere in town, and there are some ruffians in a warehouse bickering about some stolen goods. And a monster comes in, and he just immediately starts talking about how squishy these guys are and like fucking them up intensely.
Oh, yeah. Because one of them, it's like, hey, buddy, is Johnny Badass. And this monster, before this all begins, goes into this little monologue.
Yes.
Creatures are so, that's embarrassing that you're even allowed to propagate on this planet and blah, blah, blah. Just this weird shit.
Right.
You're like, what? And then, the fucking up commences.
Why is your skin so easy to break? That kind of stuff. And he just fucks these guys up. He rips off 2 of their heads at the same time. These effects, they're really good. Mm-hmm. They're not overly realistic, but they're like good and fun.
I would put them on the level of Japanese horror.
Okay.
Or not Japanese horror, Japanese gore fest.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Meatball Machine and stuff. They are good.
Right.
And it's not that they look bad because of lack of money and talent. You can tell this was done a specific way and it nailed it. So yeah, it was super fun. We're just like, score.
Yeah. I mean, it's intentional camp.
Yeah.
But it's well done.
Yes.
So it's super fun. And yeah, he's like laughing at how weak they are. And then he uses some telekinetic powers. So now we know he has powers and does some weird like hoodoo on this one guy, the last ruffian.
Yeah. Oh, the guys, please don't kill me.
Please don't kill me. Yeah. And he's like, don't worry, you'll live forever. And then he does some powers on him.
Yeah.
So in the morning, the family finds the hole in the backyard and it is empty. It is not filled in. And Dad immediately, I love his comments here.
Yep.
The dialogue between this whole family is actually amazing.
Let's just pause for a second on that.
Okay.
Just to, instead of waiting until the very end to swing back around. The actors, adults and children in this film did such an amazing job.
Yes.
So that's a combination, as we all know, of each of their individual talents and good direction.
Yeah.
It is smart. It is snappy. It is not forced, and it is not auto response.
Right.
Right. Where someone, as the sound from their mouth comes to a stop at that instant, someone else is responding.
Yeah.
That's the forced kind of thing. But it was boom, 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 boom. And it seemed very natural and very believable for this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. And they're all like really good characters. But my favorite thing is the dad is standing behind them and he's like, well, first of all, son, good job on this hole.
This is a really big hole.
This is a good hole. Good job. Second of all, this is unacceptable.
Yes. That was great.
I'm like, absolutely. This is me as a parent.
Awesome. Awesome work. Now, however.
Right. This is an excellent, excellent hole. You cannot do things like this.
Yep.
And so the whole family votes that Dad is the one that has to fill it up. And he picks up a shovel, doesn't even get a full scoop, and immediately fakes a hand wound.
Yeah, I don't think he even scooped. I think he was pulling back to scoop, and he was like, oh.
And the mom's like, already?
Yeah. Not unexpected. Like, oh, what happened? Already?
And the kids are freaked out by the hole. So the mom and dad go in, and the kids are freaked out because there are like claw marks on the side of the hole.
Yeah.
And on the way to school, they're talking about it with each other. And Mimi is insisting that they don't call the authorities. Well, because, I mean, why?
Well, I mean, you don't know anything.
They're going to Scooby-Doo this out themselves.
Yes. So on this trip to school, one thing you learn about Mimi, she is fucking mean as hell.
Yes.
And I don't know, should I break into that now or should I come up with the end?
I don't know. It's up to you.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to break into it now. I had a hard time with Mimi. She's funny. I mean, the character's funny, right? The actress is wonderful. But the character is also kind of like you hate her.
I thought she was hilarious. We had disagreed on this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought she was hilarious, but it's just like, it's only funny to a point where you realize she's fucking horrible.
I agree that she is a monster.
I mean, that was just it. And then, because then their friend Alistair shows up and he's really like passive.
Right.
Right. He's like quintessential nerd, third wheel. I mean, they like him, but he's just a big,
and Mimi likes
squashy.
him particularly.
Right. And she's just like ripping into him and her brother. And I wrote, Mimi clearly is suffering some kind of mental deficiency. There's something wrong here. So anyway, that night they go looking. They follow the tracks from the pit to the warehouse from earlier. Right?
Yeah.
And here's where we learn it's an old shoe factory.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess I understand that now. It didn't matter to me in the movie.
No, I mean, I thought it was a warehouse.
Right.
Yeah. But they mention it's an old shoe factory. It has some sort of story that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, no.
There were like sudden, it just kind of fit the way the kids were talking. There's like all these deaths or something. And then the factory shut down. And the who, what, or why of it is absolutely irrelevant.
Right.
And and that's all the time we spend on it. So they go in and they see, the guy who said, "Don't kill me. I don't want to die."
Right.
And you just don't know what the fuck's going on with him. He's weird looking, like kind of melty almost, but not. And his eyes are rolling in his head.
And he's like frozen in place.
Yeah. And just going, oh.
There are also, I don't know if you picked up on it, but the grisly remains of the other ruffians.
Oh, well, yeah, that comes up next. Yeah, because then, right, so we're not sure what's going on with him. Then the kids see the other people. They're all spread out in pieces, pinned to like chain link.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just arranged like some sort of weird Comic-Con art display. And then the monster comes out. Here's why I love this monster. He has more monologues of doom in this movie than any other thing going on.
His favorite thing to do is monologue.
It is. And it's just, I don't know. I guess right up to this point, I've enjoyed the movie.
Uh-huh.
But when he came out and did this bit here, I came like in tune more because I am in with this kind of humor.
Yeah.
Right? The big bad thing comes out instead of screaming and running, wing, 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 right? He just comes out and starts like, remember we were talking about D&D? I was going to make my character aggressively boring.
Yeah.
That is this.
Yes.
I mean, it's not even like it makes you shit your pants. It's just like he's still talking.
Yes.
I'm going to do this, and I have been the ruler of this and that, and I have seen the things of the hell that have come, and you will sit there and blah, blah, blah.
Right. You will suffer, and I will burn your soul, and blah, blah, blah.
And it's so funny because as you get to that point where you identify what's going on and you feel this humor, Mimi yells, "Shut up!" She's so frustrated with his
yes.
She's just like, "Shut up!" And he does.
Yes.
Then she tells it, because he had her brother. He'd picked him up.
Yeah.
With his will thing. And then she tells the monster to let her brother free, and it does. They figure out the glowing stone in her pocket controls the monster.
Yes.
And then the monster confirms it.
Yes.
With a short monologue. Me and the stone are one. He, she, or they who control the stone controls me. I don't think you're balancing your predilection for monologues to giving up the ghost for your powers. You know what I'm saying? That's sort of... So with that, Mimi decides to take it for a test drive.
Yes.
And yeah, so we get a little bit of her ordering this giant galactic monster around.
Ultimate evil.
Yeah, the ultimate evil of the universe, with a lot of sighing on his behalf. And then she wants to give it a name. So she calls on Luke for this little confab. And they come up with some pretty terrible names.
They do. He does tell them his name, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, it's like, no, we'll come up with something. And, you know, and the monster's unhappy. Again, more... Later, we cut to later, and she has it running in place.
Mm-hmm.
They stumble upon Psycho Goreman. It was a combination of different things they were coming up with towards the end. And then they said, well, we'll call you PG for short. So Mimi ultimately tells PG to go and sit and wait for them to come back in the morning. PG moans. There's so much of that in the movie too.
Yes.
He's pissed and unhappy, and he keeps threatening to kill them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's in the trailer. It's like, well, it was nice, you know, nice meeting you. It'd be better if you were dead. And then as they're leaving, he keeps threatening them that when he gets the stone back, their deaths will be terrible.
And they couldn't care less.
No, they're just kids. Like, later, dude.
So, okay.
Then we cut to a distant world. There's a bunch of aliens in a meeting confirming that the ultimate evil has been released. And this whole paragraph is just, I love these aliens.
Yes.
The makeup effects are amazing. There's one that is very much like a hat tip to Mars Attacks.
Yes.
It's this kind of weird robot thing with this glass dome head, and in it is this, I don't even know, it's like something's neck had been without skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had been stretched up. It's got big bulging eyes, the like skull teeth where it's just like, it's just, it looks like it's constantly in shock.
Yes.
I love that goddamn thing.
Yeah. There are a lot of little nods to different sci-fi monsters in this room.
Oh yeah. It was awesome. So anyway, among all of them, they decide one of them needs to go and destroy the ultimate evil. Then a woman who is, we learn, a Templar, says that she'll do it. And without going into a whole lot of detail of what happened, she ends up making herself look like a human.
Yes.
We land back on Earth with Mimi and Luke, and Alistair is there. They take him to the shoe building. PG is sitting there as ordered. He fakes sleeping. Mimi gets close to him, and he makes a move to go for the stone. She beats him to it. Luke asks PG, what are you? And PG takes a seat and begins to explain.
All the kids sit down like it's story time.
Yep, it's story time. Well, I mean, clearly, I think they kind of get that this is his thing.
Mm-hmm. So this is PG's like wet dream opportunity to break into a very long monologue about his life story. He was a slave to the Templars until he discovered the gem. He used it to break free and destroy the Templars on his planet, and then he went on this planet-killing spree until they imprisoned him and stole the gem. And as he is getting to the climax...
The emotional, thematic climax
of his story, we hear, "Puh!" And we cut back to Mimi, who's got a bad piece of candy. And, these kids are intensely bored by his story. In fact, they don't even let him finish it.
Nope.
Mimi's like, "This is boring. I'm done here. Sit here and watch TV until you become more fun." And then they leave.
Well, he does get into how he got his powers. It was the gem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And peroxidike. But yeah, they were more interested in their, I think it was jelly beans. Because they had a whole array of stuff and they were handing them back and forth. And she was like, "Oh, that one was funky." Anyway,
when the kids leave, he uses the TV to contact his legions of doom and asks them to come and find him and get the gem. And they're like, "We're on it." So we cut to the kids' house. Alistair is there, and they're having dinner. And Dad has microwaved some chicken for dinner because he's apparently a culinary expert.
Oh gosh, yeah. This is where the image of Dad started to get a little warbly around the edges.
Yeah. It does kind of fall apart later.
Yeah.
He's still funny, but also
yeah, it's slight perspective shift.
Right. The kids are kind of dancing around PG's existence, right? They're kind of dancing around that, hiding it from their parents. And the boys decide to go off and play video games, and Mimi is upset by this. So she storms out. And then we see her in her room, and she's kind of pondering the glowing gem. And then from the bedroom, Luke can see PG coming into the yard. So Mimi has apparently called him to come play with her.
Yep.
So they're all in the yard, and Mimi is talking to PG. And this is where just a lot of stuff starts happening.
Well, before it all kicks off, one of the funny little things was she yells at him for taking so long to get there.
Yes.
And he goes into his little monologue. "Oh, this, that, and ultimate evil, and this and that. Plus, I got lost."
Yes. So she asks him to force Alistair to want to play basketball with her. And inside, Mom is figuring out what the hell happened to the microwave, and she looks out the window to see something horrific. And then we cut to outside. And apparently PG has transformed Alistair into just a giant brain.
Yeah, well, she wanted him to be less of a dork.
Sure.
Make him less of a dork and way cooler. So he could play basketball. And apparently, yeah, a giant brain was the answer.
And we see Alistair as a giant brain, and then Mom comes out and breaks a bat on PG.
Yep.
And then Mimi's like, "Stop, stop, stop." And so she introduces PG to her parents and assures them that PG is not going to kill them, while PG is right behind her, repeatedly threatening to kill them.
Your deaths will be painful and brutal. I will see you dead.
He's not going to kill you. He's fine.
I will rip the skin from your body. Oh my God. This brain.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Imagine a giant brain, probably 4 feet across?
Yeah, 3.5, 4 feet across.
Yeah, about 3 feet high and about 4, I don't know, weird, with these giant eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That move.
And little blobby hands,
yeah,
appendages.
Like they do with all these brain creatures. They give them those little
noodle arms.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. It was awesome. We saw it, we're like, ah!
So then we get kind of a montage of all their fun times with PG while Alistair is remaining a brain. Like, it's very fun. We get some outfit changes.
Oh, yeah. The whole trying on of clothes.
Right. They're out eating and like walking on the street, and no one in this town apparently cares.
No.
It's bananas.
And it's funny because at one point they're walking, some kid's doing something, and PG just fucking blows him up.
Yes.
It just doesn't have any around. So all of a sudden, like, goddamn.
Yeah. There's also very often PG in this montage is trying to break into these like grand monologues and stories about his life, but he is interrupted every time by Mimi, who just doesn't want to hear it.
Yep.
So at night, we have Mimi sleeping with the gem in hand while PG is watching.
Yeah, staring,
just like glaring at it. And then Luke is having a horrific dream with like he's in his bed and there's zombies coming after. And PG starts talking to him in this dream, saying, "This is the only way I can talk to you without your evil sister
interrupting me." Is in talking to him in the dream realm.
Right. So he tells Luke to get the gem for him. And he's like playing on the many torments that Mimi inflicts on Luke.
Yeah, because through this whole montage thing, it's not just fucking around with PG, right? We see her. She's just horrible.
She is a monster.
She is a monster. And the shit that she does to Luke, and PG's looking at it, he's playing to that,
she's a pure narcissist psychopath.
You're being oppressed by your sister. I can end this for you.
Right.
We can end her together. And if you help me, I may not kill you.
Right. I might not. And then it's so funny because he gets done kind of like pitching this to Luke. And then Luke's like, well, I'll think about it. What do we do now? And PG's like, well, we'll just wait for your dream to end. And they kind of look around.
Yeah. And then we got a couple of seconds of them just standing there like looking around. Like,
huh.
All right. Let's wait it out.
Okay. The next day, Mimi is trying to teach PG and Alistair Crazy Ball, which is the game that she and Luke play together.
Yes.
It's their brother-sister game.
Yes.
Right?
Can I just say, PG is dressed in my all-time favorite outfit of the film. This weird sort of like urban cowboy, modern cowboy.
You don't get the reference that outfit is to?
That one? No.
It's Grant on Jurassic Park.
Is it?
It's Dr. Grant on Jurassic Park.
God, because I was thinking like Bonanza.
No, look up Dr. Grant Jurassic Park. It is that outfit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he wear the little cowboy hat?
Yeah, he wears the hat. It's not a cowboy hat.
It's kind of a little cowboy hat. It's not an Aussie hat. Anyway, I loved it.
Yeah, it's a Jurassic Park homage.
Okay. I was diving too deep. Too far.
It's the exact outfit.
It kind of reminded me of Lauren Green in Bonanza.
I mean, I get it. It's because it looks really weird on him in the Psycho Goreman makeup.
Well, that is a part of it, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Is his name in Jurassic Park Grant? What is his name? The main dude. What's the character name?
I don't remember.
But you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. And PG is intensely confused by her directions on this game. He also doesn't care very much.
Well, yeah, it's actually, they do kind of a quick back and forth. Her and Luke.
Yes.
Are going. And then they stop. And I wrote this down because it made me laugh so much. I have no idea what's going on. None of that registered at all with him.
No. But it's so funny because it's actually like my brothers and I had games that we would play that had very specific and intense rules.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was with my cousins too. Yeah,
and that like if we were to try and explain these games to other people.
If you tried to write this down into a gameplay book and then sell this to like Hasbro or some tabletop company,
right.
they would laugh you out of the building.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it invariably reaches a point where it's so specific, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These weird things. Yeah. Yeah.
So I loved that. I loved that little inclusion. And suddenly the police like fly, onto the playground and are telling PG to get away from the kids. And then they just start shooting at him.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And PG just like mind melts one of the cops. He kills one of them. No, he mind melts one of them and makes him into like a zombie cop. And then the other cop is told to run and does so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to, because I wrote in my notes he melts one of them.
Yeah.
But that's when it started. It looked like he was going to melt, so I just kind of like assumed. Yeah. But then he doesn't. So imagine like Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Where the one Nazi bad guy, his face starts melting. And then like 1 second in, pause it. That's what this guy looked like.
Yes.
It looked awesome.
Yeah. There are a ton of like monsters and effects in here, like so far already a buttload.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. And they're well done as well. Still in that like intentionally campy kind of way, but also just like good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Absolutely.
And they're like walking through the woods. And it's very strange. The kids are trying to explain at one point what love is to PG.
Well, just before that, Alistair leaves after the cop incident.
Yeah.
He just was like, I'm out. And Mimi chases after him. It's like, you can't leave. Da, 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 da. If you do, you suck and blah, blah, blah. And then he asks her if he'll ever be normal again. Mimi's like, probably not.
Right.
And he just goes.
So they're walking through the woods and they're just kind of chatting with PG. And at one point they're trying to explain to him what love is because he doesn't understand that. And then also Mimi at one point orders PG to kill Luke, but she's like jokingly, not really, but kind of jokingly. And then she takes it back as he picks him up and is about to kill him.
I don't know. I don't think she was joking when she said it because she said, kill Luke.
Right.
And then he picks him up and starts strangling him. And she just fucking stands there for like a full 5 count.
Yeah. And then she's like, just kidding.
Yeah. And that's where I wrote, sorry, but this girl is just a giant bitch. There's nothing cute about this anymore. She is a true monster.
So at this point, Luke is definitely having some thoughts about taking that gem.
Yep. So, elsewhere by the police station, the Templar, who became human looking, appears outside. Inside, the surviving cop is telling the story of what just happened to everybody else inside. And of course, they're all looking at him like he's beyond mental.
Right.
Right. Then the Templar comes in and this is what cracks me. So made herself look human. Okay. Very proper and very neat trimmed hair and, kind of businessy. And then comes in saying she's looking for the ultimate evil.
Yes.
And she draws the memories out of one cop and I think he's going to die from it as she's doing it.
I think so. Yeah.
And yeah, it just goes, I'm like, what? The whole purpose of looking human, I thought would be to blend in.
Apparently not.
No, you could have just stormed in the way she looked before in this weird like space knight, goofy kind of like Gundam suit thing. Anyway, in the woods, PG senses something is coming. And then a bunch of aliens appear. There's a moment. But it's his posse.
It's PG's dudes.
Yep. PG tells them that Mimi has the stone and says they may kill her now. And the posse laughs. And they go on to tell him that they like how things were just before this moment.
Yeah, they're like, why would we?
Yeah. Since you've been gone, we made a deal with the Templars. Yeah, we get to rule our own little corners. They don't bother us, and we get to just do all kinds of shit. And as long as we don't step into their yard, this is working pretty good for all of us. It's a pretty sweet deal. We don't want you back. They thought he was going to be imprisoned forever. They're the ones who betrayed him to get him imprisoned, and with the promise that they'd do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Be left alone and stay in their own little pockets and stuff. So PG starts to fight them, but Mimi is pissed. So she orders him to stop. And then the posse commences to just whoop his ass.
Well, yeah, she orders PG to stop fighting them off.
Yeah. And then Mimi tells PG to apologize. And he won't. So she walks away. So then he does. And then it's this whole back and forth thing. She goes, that didn't sound like a real apology. You're just apologizing because they're beating you up. Yeah, and this and that. So finally he gives a real apology. And then she orders him
a sincere sounding one.
Yeah, a sincere sounding one. She orders him then to kill the posse, and PG goes to work.
Yeah.
So Mimi and Luke watch, eating a granola bar as PG just rips through his followers one by one. He eats the last one, goes into this whole big thing on it's a true warrior's honor. It's
right.
The ultimate honorable warrior's death to be eaten.
Right.
Yeah. So then after this whole big fight, he looks weak. He tells them he's dying. Says his followers must have saved some of his blood from a previous battle and put it on their blades.
Cursing them.
Cursing the blades, yeah. So then he starts bleeding out from a wound. So the dude is hurt. At home, mom and dad are arguing. So all this is going on. And then we have this domestic moment. All right. Dad is apparently a lazy ass who does nothing, who hasn't worked since Adam was a boy.
Right.
Right. He ends up saying nothing during this big cut down by his wife.
He has no argument against
what she's just ripping into him. But then we cut to him sitting on the shitter in the bathroom, and he is just laying in to the toilet roll in front of him.
Right. With all these post-argument retorts.
Yeah. That whole, we've all run across somebody like this. They will just sit there and not say shit because they're not as, big and mighty as they think they are, but then they go alone and they'll take it out on the cat or the hamster or a roll of toilet paper. They'll redo the argument like they had it in their head. You think it's so easy? Well, you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow. I wonder if this is where Mimi gets it.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was funny as hell.
I have had moments, I don't reenact the whole thing, but I've had moments post conversations, where I'm like, oh, dang, I know now what I should have said.
Yeah, but he's reliving the whole thing.
That's true.
As if his wife was there and he's saying all the things he didn't have the nerve to say.
Lazy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. So anyway, a glowing speck floats in.
Yeah. A mote.
Yeah. This, I didn't get too much into it because this was so fucking funny.
I didn't write a lot of notes. I know exactly what
it's folks, the visual on this is the only way that you're going to appreciate it. You've got to watch it just for this. He reaches for the little speck and then it becomes a wild ass looking PG head. This is with the psychedelic portal things. and he's shouting, "Find me or you'll all fucking die." And it's this whole big thing. Then it goes away. And then he said, the dad's like, asks a question. And the head comes back. And he's like falling off the toilet.
Yeah, he falls into the bathtub.
Yeah. Because this thing just keeps appearing. Oh my God. This was probably one of the most hilarious things I've seen in a movie in a long, long time.
It does make me want to watch this again because it was just so fun.
Oh God. Yeah. So, later, Dad pulls up where the kids are at with the pickup. PG is put in the back, but not without Mimi forcing him to move so they can make room for her fucking wagon.
Yeah, he's mortally wounded.
That was in the back. Yeah. Mimi gets pissy. Oh no, PG calls, oh no, where are we at? Okay. So in the back of the truck, back at home, the Templar is there with Mom. Yeah. Through different things. When they get there, PG calls her Pandora. Mm-hmm. So that's the Templar's name. Tells her to drop her disguise. Mimi gets pissy, tells Luke to beat her up, meaning Pandora.
Right.
And I wrote, I hate saying this about a kid, but this fucking kid needs a head punch. This Mimi needs an attitude adjustment, the likes of which I don't even think Psycho Goreman could do. So anyway, Dad ends up driving away right after Luke gets out. And then we're at the shoe factory.
Yeah, so Luke abandons her. He's like, I'm not with you anymore.
Yep. PG tells Mimi that the only remedy for the curse is for her to give him the gem. Like, the gem is how I got my powers. I need the gem back. And then we get this dad-daughter scene. And it's funny because
I love this so much.
I know one of the things, but before this, God damn this thing. As she's talking to PG, the dad's in the background with the television. Well, this TV won't stop bleeding. Because the TV was bleeding. That goes way back. But anyway, it was funny. Trust us. So yeah, the only remedy for the curse is to have the gem back. And then this dad-daughter scene, and it's really strange. And the dad convinces her to trust PG, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, he says, trust your weird murdery monster.
And so back at home, Pandora takes her true form, which is that Gundam suit thing, all white, and mixes a drink and tells the mom to drink it.
Yes.
Mom does, and then she starts choking. So turns out Mimi doesn't have the stone anymore.
Right.
Pandora crashes in at the shoe factory. And then Mom, who looks like a discount version of Pandora.
Yeah, the dollar store version
of a Templar. So it's not so much a Gundam suit as a boxed Halloween suit.
Kinda, yeah.
Quality comparison. But anyway, I guess it's Pandora's way of making a quick sidekick. So then here comes Luke. Guess what? Luke has the stone.
Yeah.
And of course, Pandora wants it. And funnily enough, it comes down to a game of crazy ball. Winner take all.
Yes. I do love as they're going through, like, a lot is going on in this last little bit.
Oh, so much.
But at one point, they cut to the council, the alien council watching in. And it's just, this is the whole thing. They're watching. They're exasperated and confused.
Yes. That's the other thing. The cutaways in this movie are so clever because they're so short and simple, but they're so spot on that it's that laugh button. It's just like, bam, it hits you square in the bullseye.
Uh-huh.
Right. Ultimately, PG gets the stone. Battle is furious. Good triumphs. Mom is turned back to normal. PG storms off to do some destroying. We close with a giant PG on the news, leveling a downtown area somewhere. And then it's at Alistair's house. So we pan and then we see Alistair's mom and dad sitting at the table. They call him down for dinner. So he comes in and he sits between them and they're all eating. And his parents don't notice that he's this giant ass brain.
Nope.
With these big eyes. It's so funny. This fucking brain thing with the eyes looking back and forth. and that's essentially Psycho Goreman, folks.
There you go.
Oh, man. Oh, did it again. Hit this thing. I'm going to have to reposition these. Because this isn't working. It's in my space. Anyway. This was a fun as hell film.
It was I enjoyed it immensely.
There's so many lessons here. My big one is what we've talked about before. If you're going to make something fun, lean into it hard.
I think so. I mean, I think this movie was a love letter to campy horror movies and sci-fi, you know.
I would agree.
It's just like Steven Kostanski obviously has a lot of experience with effects, right? And what he is kind of making a career out of, it seems, with his directorial efforts. Mm-hmm. I think Leprechaun Returns aside, because we actually did see Leprechaun Returns. It's the latest in the Leprechaun series.
Right.
And
you're not thinking of Leprechaun Games, are you? Because Leprechaun Games was the last Leprechaun, not from the franchise,
right?
But the Leprechaun related. That's the one with the really racist, bad Irish accent and the stupid squiggly
thing. Oh,
thing.
You know what? I might be thinking about that.
Yeah, where we're like, you've got your gold, dude. Where's my gold?
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking, but it doesn't matter.
Right. But we've seen the Leprechaun films.
Right.
And they are what they are. And there's a reason there's 8 of them?
Yeah.
Total? I mean, because they've had Leprechaun in space.
I mean, they do fall into this vein, though.
I mean, well, yeah, Warwick Davis.
Campy, cheesy horror.
Yep.
But he is using his, obviously extensive experience in makeup and effects to bring his own vision to life with these very fun, very good films, which are Manborg is included in the good camp.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Massive budget.
Yeah.
But only about 50,000 directed towards, the makeup stuff. That is substantially less than what most people would have gone for.
Yes.
For this kind of a film, right? Now, this is the thing. So, Barney Berman did Wild Boar, and those effects, that makeup effects on the boar people was holy shit. I mean, it was grade A Hollywood. There was nothing discounted about that. But here's the thing. When this is what you do, this is easy to do for a whole lot less, right? Because you're doing it yourself.
Right.
Getting in on it. And it just, these effects were really good. They hit that mark where, I mean, you can't deny it. This is fucking good. If we did something like this and we could get somebody to do half as good as this, we'd be like, oh
yeah, we'd be happy.
And it goes back to that thing we've been talking about the last few episodes about things like, Tucky Williams is it's hard to write camp. It's hard to write a bad 80s homage film to how bad the 80s films were, right? It's hard to do an homage piece to camp horror and then the monsters, make it look good, but find that cutting point where you have to stop.
That perfect sweet spot.
Yeah, where it's like this looks camp, but not because
it's bad.
Yeah, nobody knows what they're doing and we can't afford it and we're using oatmeal as paper mache. It's because we know what we're doing.
Right.
Bam. That bullseye, just like the humor thing. Boom. Right in there. That is hard.
It is.
Hard. But the fact that could do this for, 50,000 into the creature effects, that is astounding. Psycho Goreman and all of these other aliens are so fucking fun.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And the big battle off, the first one, not the ultimate one, but with his posse, one of them's a fucking washing machine
full of body parts.
Yeah. Sticking off the top and swish, swish, swish. Weird as shit. But I appreciated every fucking second that thing was on screen.
Yes.
Every chance I had an opportunity to look at it, I was like, oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yes. I love it too. I think that, if you're looking for advice on like makeup effects and, practical versus CGI, like in a film like this, it's really easy to tell the difference between the two, even if you don't have a super practiced eye.
Right.
But it also allows you to kind of, like if I were to try and dive into makeup effects, I would watch a lot of stuff like this to kind of like get ideas about how to go about doing those, or like what kind of things can you use to get certain results on screen.
Oh yeah.
Because it's that kind of like the washing machine guy, right? You can take that scene and you can kind of study that monster and you could reason out in your head how they accomplished that costume. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there's several of them in the council, especially.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's the thing is I like being able to look at something that is so simplistically put together that you can do just that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's a prosthetic, or that's like some sort of styrofoam carved into something, painted, and then they got just a dome, but that head inside of it, holy shit. That's where you got to fucking look somebody up in the, Yellow Pages or something.
Right. This goes beyond Warbler and
yeah, or put an ad up on Craigslist to the special effects master, practical effects, makeup, please apply. Anyway, yeah, it was really fun. And I know that we had talked about whether or not we should do this, because this year, 2022, is supposed to be, we're focusing on women in B and indie film.
Right.
In every realm. Well, the main character in this movie is a little girl.
Yeah. And
I want to make comparisons to this and another movie that we covered and some people we spoke to. Jesus Christ.
Did you forget the name?
I just was going to say it. And all of a sudden, no, seriously, I was ready to say it, by Silas Dahl starring. And then instead of, Rowdy Roddy Piper popped into my head with They Live. I don't know what's fucking going on.
Oh my goodness.
And now I can't get Roddy out of my head. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
All I see is sunglasses. Is it They Reach?
They Reach.
Yes. Thank you. They Live. God damn it, Roddy. Rest in peace. So They Reach. Silas Dahl brought us a wonderful kids focused, in terms of the characters, horror movie. Stranger Things had been out doing its thing. Like most people, we were like, this is cool. And then second one was like, huh. And we stopped 2 episodes into the 3rd season because we're like, this is terrible.
Right. But Mary Madeline in They Reach was...
Mary Madeline Rowe was, bam! She nailed it. Oh my God. And she was so much fun to talk to.
Yes.
And her and Silas together, he cast a wonderfully talented actor, young actor, and she carried that movie. Her co-stars were fantastic as well, but she carried it.
Yes.
Right? Because she was the number one and bounced back and forth between them. Sometimes it was two of them, sometimes it was three of them, and all this. She was fantastic. So this movie made me think of that, in that here's two good examples, because I admitted I didn't go into They Reach with a lot of positivity. I generally hate movies with kids as the main characters, and I've talked about why. Mostly because people just do a shit job with them.
Right.
And it doesn't become nostalgic. It doesn't become anything or interesting. It just becomes gitchy.
Yeah.
Right? But They Reach was fantastic. I was like, oh my God. Silas Dahl understands what it is to have kids at the center of things and make it real for those of us who were kids, but it doesn't have to be from our childhood period. Right? We get it. But also keep them at a kid's level, but still make it interesting for us to watch as adults.
Yeah.
Okay. Psycho Goreman, second movie.
Yeah.
In that list. Very different.
Very different films.
Okay. Very different.
About as opposite as you can get.
Absolutely.
But
here's how you can, here's two examples of, if you want to do a film where kids are the focus, right? These are two things you got to watch. They Reach and Psycho Goreman. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
So if you're writing your own script or you're working with somebody on it, this is what you got to see. If you've written the script and you got a director who's like, hey, I'd love to do that, you all need to sit down and watch these and talk about, frankly, what makes this work? Why am I laughing? Why am I having such a good time?
Yeah.
Why don't I care whether or not this is a 12-year-old or a 42-year-old or a 30-year-old or whatever? What makes this work? Those are the things. And really, there's no easy answer for it. Watch these films to get the formula. You can see it. It's hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? The dialogue is fantastic. The interaction, obviously you have to have good actors, and these kids were phenomenal.
They were so good.
Right? There's
I mean, we did briefly talk about the dialogue earlier, but the dialogue is mostly between these kids and Psycho Goreman.
Right.
And it is it's so natural.
It's natural and it's funny.
Yeah.
Because what happens in this movie is exactly what would happen if you had this monstrous 12-year-old who's basically just a fucking bully, who's teetering on the edge of psychopathic tendencies.
Right.
Right. So, Mimi as a character is a scary little shit if you think about it.
Yeah, she's a frightening child.
All right. But you get her and her brother, Alistair was kind of late coming to the party, but you get the two of these kinds of kids together, and then you get this ultimate evil of the universe coming to kill them, and then just assaulting them with these long self-serving monologues, right? And that is exactly how a 12-year-old would be. Oh, shut up. Because they're not intimidated by someone talking at great length. If you're explaining to somebody how you're going to pull their skin off their body and shred their soul for 1,000 years, only it takes you 7,500, 8,000 syllables to do it, right? You've lost the edge on the terror.
Right.
These kids are now just oh my God.
Well, what does scare these kids in this movie? Getting into trouble by their parents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And until you get into trouble, it's not really a big deal.
Right.
Dig in the pit. Well, it's not like it's going to go unseen. But, we'll deal with it when it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole thing of her bringing Psycho Goreman to the house. I got this.
It's fine.
He's not going to kill you. He's fine. He's fine. It's okay. It's all cool. It's all cool.
I will tear your skin from your bones.
No, he won't. He's just kidding. Don't call the cops. We're all good. We're safe. Yeah. So that's what makes it work, is understanding how kids actually react in situations.
Yeah.
What's killed it for other movies is I hate seeing kids acting like fucking 40-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what people do. They put these kids in these situations and they all but like fly the fucking helicopter, get the Rambo rocket launcher and, the Schwarzenegger, grenade vest and stuff. It's not, unless you're doing a comedy and you're heavily spoofing the stupidity of this kind of stuff, it's not a good sell. And that's what's turned me off. There are no kids between like 10 and 13 who can act or do act or ever will act like a 35-year-old.
Right.
Right? They're not going to have the same level of epiphanies. It's funny because we were talking to Lily about something else. And I was saying, you're 12. It doesn't have anything to do with how smart you are. It's just simply your brain isn't fully developed yet. As we get older in life, our brain builds these rooms, right? Boom, 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 boom. And that's where we put these experiences in, and that's where we process them. So right now, if you try to do like this one thing, it's akin to taking a box of like craft shit and storing it in your kitchen, right? You're thinking, I got this. It's in the kitchen. Okay, well, how are you going to cook? Right? The craft stuff doesn't belong in the kitchen. It doesn't make sense. Those two won't mix. Eventually, you'll have a room for your craft stuff, and that's where you do your crafting. And that's kind of how the brain works. Over time, it develops these places to store these experiences with these emotions and perceptions until we become adults. And then even as adults, as time goes on, right?
Right.
These things develop. So I hate it when they rush it. I mean, this movie could have sucked so bad.
Yes.
So bad by making these kids make adult decisions, and there's nothing about this that smacks of any adult influence in their decision making. It is purely what an obnoxious, dominating 12-year-old girl
right
is going to do.
Yeah.
Right. But
that's the thing. Like, kids are wild cards, right?
Yep.
And we've been playing lately in D&D where you're the party, right? Mm-hmm. I'm DMing, and your guys' party has been toting around a 7-year-old boy.
Yep.
And I mean, like, for the most part, I let you guys do your party thing, but I do have to occasionally, because kids are wild cards, and also because it's fun and funny.
Yeah.
Have this kid make you guys go, wait, what?
And that works. That works in a movie sense,
mm-hmm.
right? But it would suck if he was like, all of a sudden trying to like school us on right. stuff. And be like, well, I'm going to end this real quick. Yep, that's right, folks. The dice would roll for what to happen. Close that book. The other thing I like is I liked Mary Madeline in They Reach.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent character, science-y. She was basically kind of playing herself.
Yeah,
nerdy, everything. I liked that, but she wasn't like Breakfast Club Ali Sheedy.
Right.
Right. Just the freak in the corner is what you would call it. I was one of those freaks in the corner, at one point. So, I get how it's easy to come to that, but there's a lot more going on.
I mean, I was a weirdo, but even I watched The Breakfast Club and saw Ali Sheedy's character, and I was like, come on.
That's a little...
That's a little much.
Mr. Hughes, dial it back.
Right?
Right.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down, John.
Let's have a chat. Yeah. So anyway, Mary Madeline's character was believable because it was proportionate to reality, right? I like Mimi because here's the thing. Mr. Kostanski was not afraid to make the central protagonist of this film the antagonist.
Also.
She is.
She's the main character, but she's also the biggest problem.
She is. She's okay. So as a character, she's adorable. She's also just a terrible bully.
Mm-hmm.
But she also has some deficiencies. The hero thing,
right?
Where you want to feel for and be compassionate, about her situation, and then at the same time, you're like me. Someone needs to punch that fucking kid in the head, especially when she kill Luke, kind of thing. Like whoa. I think, and this is funny. So we're starting 2020 out on strong female lead. Let's call it that. I'm surprised that I can't think of, and I'm sure I will later, but right now, I can't think of too many adult women characters that are like this.
That are as complex as Mimi?
That somebody had the balls, to just go both sides. And not on like a strung out, meth head. I'm so sorry to drug addicts. You don't need to be a drug addict to have like the bad shit come out. You could just be like Mimi, just like, can easily steer towards some really dark shit and just be bullyish, right?
Yeah.
But also cares deeply about her friends. So that's really weird.
It is kind of weird.
But it puts her in the perfect position to control the ultimate evil of the universe with this stone.
Oh, absolutely.
And not like, I'm going to take down the world and go burn down Phoenix and, let's eliminate.
I mean, there are a couple of times, and they're very funny throughout the movie, where she, forgets for a little bit that Psycho Goreman isn't her friend.
Right.
Right. And she's talking to him, and she's got the gem open palm, up, and he goes to reach for it, and she's like, nope.
Yep.
Whoops.
And then you get
that could have been bad.
So, and that's the other thing too. This isn't E.T.
Right.
It's not this great relationship.
No, she's actually it's funny because as a kid and as a character, you get the sense that she is fully aware that this guy is not her friend. Right?
Yep.
That the only reason she's got any relationship with him is because she's got this gem.
Yeah. Any purchase she has in the continued ongoing interactions mimicking friendship is solely because she's 100% in control.
And it's especially poignant kind of at the end, where in order to save him, she has to give him the gem.
Right.
And, even as an adult, you would kind of struggle with that decision. Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, yeah. And I did like the way it ended.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a turn. I mean, there was an evolution for her.
Yeah.
Right. She reached that point where she learned her lesson. And Psycho Goreman did, in fact, not really necessarily view her as a friend and didn't come out and, we're going to be besties.
Right.
Right. But certainly was just going to go off doing his thing, but was there's a connection. You feel like there could be a Psycho Goreman too.
Yeah.
Right. Where it would still be that same interaction at that same level. It's that kind of weird friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just don't dive in 100%. You're like wading up to your hips. It's like, yeah, if anything tried to kill you that I felt like it shouldn't try to kill you, I'll destroy it. But in the meantime, I will crush you as you walk through because I have been the ruler of this and that, as they're walking away from you.
Right. Big old monologue.
Yeah. There's so much good about this movie.
There is.
Without, put aside the being fun, put aside all the good technical stuff and the writing and that. This is a wonderful female character. It's a wonderful kid character.
I would love to get to talk to either or both Steven Kostanski and Nita Hosey-Hanna.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'll be putting the feelers out, see what we can do. But they did a wonderful job. Steven did a fantastic job, and, I'm sorry I had some issues with Manborg.
Maybe you just need to watch it again because, maybe it just didn't click the first time.
No, I'm good.
Because I loved it.
I'm good. I am 100% solid in my understanding.
We don't have to talk about. We talked about it for 2 hours already.
Yeah, I know. Fine. This. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, technically, obviously, they had the money to produce a spectacularly technically proficient movie.
Yeah.
You know, going back to the effects, I think they could have added some more special effects, not makeup effects, but the visual effects.
Sure.
They had enough money to do a lot of it, but I think that would have been washed away by the deficiency that would have been in the rest of the technical aspects, because they took that money from over here and put it into this thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, this area suffers when you take money away from it.
Yeah. I want to say, I think that, I mean, obviously, I don't know the budget breakdown, but I think that whatever was paid, whatever went into the post-production mm-hmm. of this film, the editing and scoring and all of that, well worth it, because this movie was edited masterfully.
Yeah, and I've been watching closely because we've seen some that had some bad edits. Right? Not the least of which the vicious kind.
Right.
That was took us out of it. Where are we? How long? What's going on? Right?
Yeah.
Was not masterfully edited. And then we watched a bunch of garbage films that were just background that we knew were terrible, and they had such, phenomenally bad editing. It was almost as if somebody walked into a cutting room mm-hmm. that had been used for like 6 months without being cleaned out, and they just pulled all these 12-inch strips of film off the floor, like spliced them together from like 150 different films. Here's my movie. So we've seen stuff that looks like that.
We've seen stuff that literally is that, actually.
Yeah, that too.
So,
anyway, I like the vision. I mean, the story was solid. It was a straight through line. There were not distracting B and C lines.
No, it was pretty.
Right? It's pretty
straightforward.
Yeah. And just the fun.
Yeah.
The fun, and not even campy fun.
No, just good fun.
Yeah, this was just straight on. Here's the joke.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Also, I appreciate that it was very clean, this film.
Yes. We tried to get Lily to watch it with us, but she was more interested in doing something else.
Yeah.
But we told her she should watch it because it's hilarious. So, yeah, you're 12-year-old. You can't, it's got some gore. But gore is defined as any kind of, like, you see a head explode, that's gore, right? You see really body parts, that's gore. And it's not horrible, but, we'd have no problem with her seeing it.
Yeah.
I think it is like TV PG.
I think that was part of the,
PG-13.
I think that was part of the conceit of the name PG, Psycho Goreman. You know what I mean? I feel like that was intentional.
It is just that. It is just that. And here's the other thing. It's a movie with kids.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying when you see a movie that's kids are the focus, right, the stars, that it's not going to have this shit in it, because we've seen some where they have. But generally, my view is if you have a movie with kids as stars, first of all, cut the sex out. Right? We don't need to see grown-ups fucking in the periphery, because this is a kid-centric. And it's not saying it's a kid's audience, but as an adult watching, Mary Madeline and her co-stars go through this thing and running through this horror landscape, the last thing I need to see is Friday the 13th level, tits and ass and teen sex in the,
right. Why?
In the periphery. Like, okay, here's two things that don't need to fucking go together in my brain. Don't show me these kids, playing games and doing stuff and doing their thing. And then, bring me into this world of, hedonistic fucking, no, they don't belong. Weird. They don't belong, right? They just don't belong. And you don't need to do that. So many people do. It's like we talked about. We were watching one movie, and all of a sudden there was nothing but just tits, bare tits.
Right.
And then gone. And we were both like, well, there's the obligatory tit shot.
I think that was Sleigh Bells. Because they didn't.
We talked about it in Sleigh Bells, but
Yeah.
it was something else that we were watching after that. That it was just something we were watching. We're like, there we go. All right, well, we're safe now. The rest of the movie's not going to have any more nipples. They'd got it in
right
at the beginning, and it was probably the producer's girlfriend, her big break, right? Because we talked about how that goes too.
Or just because they were required to have at least one shot in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's just, oh my God. Anyway, this is a good example that you can make a good, fun film. You can make a fun horror film.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a not rated R horror film. It doesn't necessarily have to be a comedy.
Right?
But this is the kind of comedy, a straight comedy, not camp, not camp, like Poltergeist. Poltergeist was sort of a revelation. A lot of people were really scared by that movie. It was rated PG. And there was the only gore was when the guy's face melted and he pulled it off. That was quite a bit for a lot of people. I get that. As a kid, I was like, sweet. Cool. But I've also seen American Werewolf in London, so this has got nothing on that, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween and Friday the 13th. So anyway, this movie deserves a place in a pantheon of you can do this.
I think so. Definitely.
Right? It should be a cult classic thing. I think there should be Psycho Goreman midnight movies. I think they should have Halloween masks, pullover masks, right?
I want to look right now for Psycho Goreman merch.
Right. I think Steven could market a do-it-yourself Psycho Goreman prosthetics kit.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I was just, and it's funny because I was listening to our interview with David Ryan Keith and Paul Flannery, and we were talking about the Jonathan Blazer. You could have this and you could do that and all this great shit to merchandise and make money,
right?
Off the character. Psycho Goreman, I think, would be fantastic candidate for a cult status at that level. Like I said, midnight showings, get people, get the masks out there. People can put them on for Halloween or wear them just for fun, do them up, whatever, get some shirts, get some stuff, because it's just so much fun. And it's one of those things that people like us who are horror fans, this is one of the things you can share with your kids.
I think so.
Like fully, right? Not just like, oh, here's a Freddy Krueger mask for my 6-year-old. The 6-year-old's like, sure. They either think it's cool or they're ambivalent, or they're scared shitless of it, at which point, okay, you got to stop. As a parent, you need to curtail your hobby until your kids are a little older. Don't frighten the children.
There is a lot of merch for this, actually.
Is there?
I am cracking up.
Oh, what do we got?
Okay, so there is an action figure set, and it's got Psycho Goreman and Pandora, and they're actually kind of like the Kenner plastic style. I don't know how big they are.
Like my 3-inch Star Wars, the old Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
Where they didn't have elbows and knees. There's just arm and leg straight moving.
Yeah. It's in that style. There are t-shirts. A lot of t-shirts. There's a collector's glass. There's also a poster, a Johnny G poster, it says, and I recognize it. When they hand Psycho Goreman some magazines, and I'm like, I don't know if here are Hunky Boys your thing.
Oh yeah.
And later in the film that comes back and he's like, my Hunky Boys. It's the ad in the magazine that they gave him as a poster.
Yeah. Wasn't that the scene is like, I'm not interested in your Hunky Boy magazine.
Yes.
Well, maybe I am.
Maybe I am. Yeah. I'm going to send you the merch link.
Okay, so
we can include it in our show notes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff out there, folks. Have fun with it.
Yes.
Have fun with it because I mean, that's what it's all about. And that's the thing is, I hope this is all licensed. I guess I'm going to say that. I mean, if they got figures, it has to be, right?
It is. It's on the Psycho Goreman site. So, I mean,
Okay.
that link is from the site. So it is, it's their licensed stuff.
Yeah, these figures. Oh, boy.
Aren't they great?
Yeah. They're pretty basic, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ships in quarter. Oh, it's a pre-order. Ships in Q4. That's like now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, check, like everything else, every film we've talked about, folks, check out what you can for merchandise, campaigns, whatever, rent the movies if you can, as compared to buying or not buying them, seeing them for free. Right. I mean, but if they're not for rent somewhere, like if you see something on Tubi, this was on Shudder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we've talked, I don't know how Shudder is with their relationships with creatives. We've talked to a few people who've done Tubi, and they say Tubi is very, way more generous than others.
Yeah.
And less hassles than others. That doesn't mean everyone's making top dollar.
It does not.
Right? Because everybody gets, a cut before you do. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is how we support one another. If someone is able to reach that point where they have merchandise, like we're still trying to figure out how we can get fucking burlap from Redwood Massacre into a giant figure, but like Neko Toys has been kind of dickish in the correspondence.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, well, fuck you then. I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, we're not making any money off it. I'm doing it solely so David can make money, but more importantly, so I can get an authentic fucking burlap figure that's like gigantic.
Right.
Right. In that kind of laser detail. So it is for me, but I mean, David will be making all the money off of it. Anyway, celebrate your fellow creatives by helping them out. Because you know what? If everyone does that, then you don't have to worry about whether or not someone's helping you out. Should be that way anyway. Right?
It should.
Listeners, if you're fans of this stuff, help these people out. Man, we keep talking about this. Money doesn't come easy. It's either out of pocket, fundraising, or a combination of finding someone who's going to finance part of it, most of it. But, in every case, when they get financing, they got to pay that fucking guy back.
They do.
And the more financing you take, the more concessions you make.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is what he wants. It's his fucking money. And if he thinks this is what's going to make the movie distribute more and get more income, I got to listen. Because if I don't pay this fucking guy off, I don't know how many kneecaps will get broken, but I guess what, folks? You won't be getting financed for your second film from anyone.
Right.
Because all it takes is one, you fucked your financier somehow and you're done.
Right.
Right.
That gets around and it's a big old mess.
Yeah. So, anyway, listeners, as fans, please support, buy some weird looking thing.
Yeah. I found that washing machine full of body parts. There's a t-shirt.
Oh, is there?
I sent you the link for that. So
I just hit my thing.
Congratulations.
I'll be looking at those later. I love this figure though. I do. It is very Star Wars Kenner.
Yes.
From the 70s and 80s, the original ones.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Psycho Goreman, it doesn't do him justice. The Pandora one looks wonderful, but Psycho Goreman is this big hulking thing. And you can only do so much with the mold, but I would have this.
Yeah. There's also a tie-dye shirt with just Psycho Goreman's face and it says Hunky Boys. And I want it so bad, but they only have it in 3X and up, which is sad. I'll keep checking.
Okay.
So
we'll keep checking back.
And we'll include the link for the Psycho Goreman website in our show notes.
Yes.
So you can check it out and check out the merch and support it. Definitely go watch the film. It is worth a rental if that's the only way that you can watch it. I see you looking at the merch.
I am.
That's wonderful.
Well, I'm looking what's in this early bird certificate package.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Maybe there might be more figures. They just have those two. It doesn't say specifically because they've got several
on the box.
They've got the weird alien,
mm-hmm.
the robot with the shocked look Mars attacks head, the hooded one, Psycho, and then Alistair is on the box too.
Yeah.
But these are the only two they actually show as figures. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm in. We're going to be getting something.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm 120% in on this. So
yeah.
Anyway,
what can we learn from this movie?
So much.
This is how you write a story with kids at the center. This is how you write a horror comedy. This is how you keep it clean-ish, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to rely on all this other stuff. This is how you pace. This is how you do dialogue. Obviously, from the technical aspects, money and equipment will get you a fucking huge return. Yeah. And a perfect example of you don't need to dump everything into effects and makeup and stuff. No. It's a very small percentage of what they had went into it, and it was stunning.
Yes.
And it was a look that matched the movie perfectly. You know. Yeah.
I'm so happy with this movie, and I want to dive into all of this merch because I'm so excited.
I know what we're going to be doing as soon as I hit the stop button on this. So speaking of websites, B-Siders, we have our own website.
Yeah, check it out. Go to lordsofmisruleproductions.com.
There you go.
You can find everything there. We have a merch store. We've got links to all of every platform that our podcast is on. You can also find BF McGillicuddy on there, where to find that. Patreon page if you like us and you want to support us.
Social media links.
Yeah, social media links. Email addresses. If you are creative and you've done some stuff and you want us to talk about it, hey, let us know.
Yeah, or you want us to talk to you.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Hey, let us know.
We've had a lot of great interviews.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a lot of great more, and I don't see why you can't be one of them.
Right?
Whoever you are.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Come check us out.
Also, just questions about the show, anything. Mm-hmm. We love getting the emails. Go ahead.
Like and follow us on social media.
Yep. Subscribe, on everything, especially BF McGillicuddy. The YouTube channel, because we do release this audio on YouTube as a video, because there are people who requested that, and we've gone back to doing it. Anyway, you know where we are. You know where to find us. Check out the stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I think with that, as we dive into 2022, more great female filmmakers, filmmaking related stuff coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. You already mentioned one. Not going to say, but yeah. What?
Well, we know what our next one's going to be. So.
Yep. It was one that was super fun, and
we've seen it before, so it's
it's a safe bet. But yeah, wonderful film.
Mm-hmm.
With that, B-Siders, join us next week, where we'll be talking to you about another movie with some lessons and some just random stuff. Mm-hmm. But until then, this is Jim.
And this is Danny.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.